money, clothes, and the cars. Known in the streets as a hood superstar. I just wanna stunt hard, gleam and shine. Clothes and the cars. Known in the streets as a...
What's up, everybody? Big Joe and the Panda back in the building after our little short break. But you know that's what we do. We take a little minute every now and then. We gotta formulate ideas and all kinds of stuff like that.
Stuff like that there.
Exactly. But we back in the building, y'all. Now you know how we like to do sometimes, and we movie buffs. You know, we like to talk movies.
We entertainment heads. That's basically the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. We're a broad-based entertainment type of guys. You know, movies of all sorts and all kind of things that make us entertain us and keep us chuckling and laughing and joking and all kind of crap like that. So today, on a movie type tip, you know how we've given you the
movies and television.
Movies and television. How we've given you the blaxploitation flicks. We gave New York-based flicks.
Kung Fu movies.
Kung Fu movies.
A lot.
And all that. Today we're gonna give you top 10 here and there TV and movie cars.
Vehicles.
Cars, the vehicles that were.
I got one that's gonna blow your mind.
That were major parts of the show. Not just the car in the show.
They were characters in the show.
Yeah, they played a part of the show. Like the movie or the show.
Once you see the car,
wouldn't have been right. Wouldn't have been the same without that car.
Exactly.
You know, they made it and all that. You know, I'm a car guy too, so you know I was cool with this because I like cars. I'm into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm a muscle car guy. I ain't got one, but
in
but
time,
in time.
Once we get syndicated, we'll have what I want.
I'll be burning up the road, getting speeding tickets, having road rage, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can see the road rage.
Yeah.
But
I toned it down
because you're not driving
at the moment, right?
You got sidewalk rage though.
Sometimes. I have public transportation rage.
That's another show. That's for another show.
Oh boy. Yeah, baby. So what you got, Naj? You want to go off on what you got on your little list?
All right, I got these two. We both got, I think, similar.
We have some similarities.
So I'm going with one that you don't have, and this is number 10. I don't know if you remember this as a kid. This was like my very first car seeing, and this is thanks to Walt Disney, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Wow. Yes, I remember that. It made a lot of noise. It was a jalopy, pretty much.
It was a jalopy. It was made out of Model T
Actually,
Ford.
it was a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, you think of another one.
A classic.
You think about Herbie, which it was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, that's Herbie, yeah.
You're thinking of Herbie. I'm talking about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Judy,
Garland.
not Judy Garland, the British girl, Mary Poppins lady.
Julie
Andrews. The car flew. It had a cool little song to it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang,
Chitty Chitty Bang. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was like my first, like, wow, look at this car.
Yeah.
Disney put out a lot of cars that are famous, but Chitty Chitty Bang Bang for me is my very first, and that made my top 10. Who's your 10? Who's number 10 for you?
Well, see, I really didn't get to write them in order, but like I should have. I was a little, but cars that you might not have on your top 10. I got the Corvette Summer, the '73 Corvette Stingray. Mark Hamill, fresh off his Star Wars success.
Exactly.
Was a rich kid, not a rich kid, but a kid who had his car he customized up, and it got stolen.
It worked on this car the whole summer. And opposite Mark Hamill was Annie Potts.
Yes.
That was, I think, her first big-time movie.
Right.
1978, I do believe that movie was. I love that movie. They used to show it on Channel 2 all the time, like a late-night movie type stuff, because cable wasn't really...
Yeah, it wasn't popping really back then.
I mean, the free cable I had was Channel 9, Channel 7, and Channel 5.
Yo, UHF was your cable.
You know? and I had one of these rabbit ears things to get my reception.
So Corvette Summer be the '73 Stingray.
Right?
Yeah, with a knob
that comes off. You could go to the other TV in your bedroom and turn it with the Stingray.
The remote was me getting up and moving and turning the channel.
You were the remote. You were your parents' remote back then.
Exactly.
But anywho's.
But Corvette Summer was one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, Stingray was a dope car, man. Especially having customized.
And there was a lot of other cars. I don't know if you remember.
A lot of cars. Because California is a big car town. The car culture is heavy in the state of California. It's very big out there. So they had a lot of cars in that movie.
Now, number 9, which Mustafa kind of gave a spoiler alert, was Herbie.
Herbie
the Love Bug. That car made the 1967 Bug so popular.
Mm-hmm.
And what I always liked about that car, I know that back in the days, you knew at least one person that had one.
Yeah.
If they didn't have one, then you knew one of your school teachers had one.
See them all
That
over
was
the
a
place.
school teacher kind of ride. But what was cool about that ride, it was the engine was in the back.
Right.
And the trunk was in the front. German engineering, man.
You had a lot of people hook those up too. They soup up the engines.
My teacher had the Fiat Midget.
Take
That's the
the
ultimate hippie
take
car.
the trunk, the lid off the engine lid, and
Right.
have it sticking all out, and big tires on it. Or people made doom buggies out of them.
Exactly. Now, if you, I wouldn't say a recent movie, but if you want to see another movie that kind of featured this car, Boys in the Hood.
It didn't feature it, but there was two cars, and it's funny you mentioned that because I got a car from that too.
Right.
And it ain't the Bug that Cuba Gooding was driving.
He was driving
Cuba Gooding's character Trey.
Yeah.
He drove the Bug.
Yeah, he drove the Bug.
His
Yeah.
pops gave it to him when he was old
Yeah, but
enough,
remember when
and
he
fixed
made
it
up that story about the
the
mini
girl, yeah.
But there was all bugs out there.
Right, yeah, the whole crew. It was
Yeah.
a little crew of bugs.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to, that other car. Oh, all right.
My car I picked, because I'm G'd up and all that. 6'4" Impala, Doughboy's car.
Yeah.
The gold with the white top, the drop top, the 10-inch Dayton's on it, gold Dayton's. Come on, man. 6'4" Impala.
When you
Riding
think
in my 6'4".
When you think of California, you think of Impalas.
They
Now
drop
that's
tops.
funny because when we had them over here in New York, no one hooked them up.
Yeah.
I
New
you see
York-
it's an East Coast thing. You
The
see
car
it,
culture isn't that big in New York. It's just getting big now. Back in the days, there wasn't a big car culture like it is in California. Because you
Actually-
had to drive.
Yeah, that too. And
You had
bikes
to get
and
around.
pedal bikes like the Swins.
Yeah, because they low ride the bikes out
Right.
there. It's a different culture compared to
But
here.
over here, we had the cars, we just didn't appreciate them as much as they do out in Cali.
They didn't have car clubs like they do.
Exactly.
Now you have that now.
Yeah.
Because the car culture, the customization, everything is blown up now. But car culture is big in Cali. It goes back years. Because like I said, the 6'4" Impala, baby, can't go wrong with a 6'4"
No.
Chevy Impala.
I
It's
love
a joint.
that.
Doughboy's joint.
I love those.
my
I
joint
love
right
seeing them popping off on the wheels and such and such.
Yeah, that was another one from my list. It goes back to Cali, and in the same vein as the 6'4" is Training Day, Denzel's car.
Oh yeah.
He had the '79 Monte Carlo,
Yeah.
blacked out with the 13-inch Dayton silver
Nah,
joints.
that
was clean. That was
I remember over here too because a lot of cats out here had Monte Carlos.
Right, especially in the Puerto Rican neighborhoods. But a lot of Monte Carlos, be Chevys, be Chevys.
They rocked the Chevy.
My pops had a Monte Carlo.
And it was a sweet ride. It was a sweet ride.
Monty's was nice.
I do believe no, it wasn't Corinthian leather. What was
No, that's a Chrysler.
Yeah,
Chrysler.
That's my man Ricardo Montalban.
Right,
That was a Chrysler.
The Chrysler.
Vinyl. It was vinyl though.
Cordoba.
Yeah, Cordoba.
Oh, the Chrysler Cordoba with Corinthian
All right,
leather.
here comes. Here's number 7. Told you I got one that's gonna blow your mind.
What you got?
Number 7. We all grew up on it. If you have a certain age, you damn well seen it. It's been re-resurrected, I should say, now because all the kids are starting to learn. But right now, I'm gonna hit you with number 7, the Mystery Machine.
Wow, a van.
A van. I got another one that I was gonna put on there. I was gonna put the ice cream truck from Nice Dreams, Cheech and Chong.
Yeah,
But that was a little iffy.
That's a
It's
little
shaky.
iffy.
But come on, the Mystery Machine.
The only thing with the Mystery Machine, it's like it was a cartoon, so you didn't say what year and make was the van, you know?
I thought you would more or less go Big Worm from Friday.
Nah, that's not iconic.
Truck on Dayton.
Nah, that wasn't like a part of the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't as
That was
iconic
just
as
there
the
for
Mystery
that
Machine.
one
But
scene.
So the Mystery Machine is what? Scooby Doo.
yeah,
All right.
everybody remembers that.
Well, I mean, you gonna go cartoons because then
No. He just dabbed that one in there.
Yeah, I just threw that one in
Wonder
there.
Woman with the glass car and plane.
Wow. What's that girl sitting there flying?
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
Penelope and my girl Penelope Pitstop.
See, but you seeing that you want vans with the mystery van?
Yeah.
I got another van for you.
Go ahead.
18, baby.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Rackets black van.
Black van, yeah.
That was I got that right here. So where it go? The 18 is the 86 GMC Vandora, black and red. It had the fin on the back. That was cool, man. For vans. That was,
No, that was cool for that show.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm not a van dude too much, but that van was cool. I like how it's black and red, black rims, little red pinstriping on it.
Yo, it had everything in it, too.
Yeah, it was tight. It was tight. But give me a car over a van any day. But the van was dope, you know.
The thing about a van, when you hear it knocking, don't come, you know. And when you hear it knocking, don't come knocking.
When you see it rocking,
don't come knocking.
Did he have the surfboard on it? Like, you know, like Five Signs of Rich
he had a D.A. Baracus ain't have a surfboard. He had a fucking spoiler on his joint.
Another honorable mention, the Flintstone car.
Oh,
but I didn't want to put in two. Yeah, I didn't want to put in two. But come on, the Flintstone car.
So you're doing cartoons and he's doing reality.
Yeah, he's going left.
No, I'm going a little left.
Panda does.
I'm going a little left.
But I mean, if you want to go Flintstones, you got to think of Chicago to Paisano.
yeah, but that's a little too deep.
That's
a little too deep.
But I'm saying that's a bad car.
But we're doing cars that were part of the show. They were a major character in the show.
Right, I know.
Panda went left.
Speaking about major character in the show, I'm gonna have to flip it because now that I'm looking at my list, the other one has to go further. But number 6, the General Lee.
6 only 6. The 69 Dodge Charger RT going 6.
69 Charger
going 6. Are you serious, man?
I mean, it's a part of the show. Don't get me wrong.
It's the most famous Charger, period.
Is it?
Yeah. The most famous Charger, period. The 69 Charger, RT, the General Lee.
Well, when you hear the rest
it's
of my
iconic. Well, you got to tell me something better, man, because you can't go wrong with a 69 Charger.
No, you can't go wrong, but I'm just saying. All right,
I think it should be
the
General.
All right, that's why we have this list so we can make conversation and debate.
Yeah, right.
But for me, the General Lee. I mean, it's as soon as you see it, Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But the next one's a little more deeper. You'll see what I'm saying. Who's next on your personal best?
Okay, you want old school TV with the Charger, the General Lee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you in that same vein, but I'm going with my dude Starsky and Hutch. The Ford Gran Torino, 75.
You took one off my list. You took one off my list, and let me tell you, the Gran Torino is much higher than the General Lee.
The Gran Torino was dope.
Nah, go ahead.
It had a nickname that other people didn't know.
Oh, I know it.
You know the nickname?
Yeah, I know the nickname.
What you got? What's the nickname?
The Red Tomato.
The striped
tomato.
The striped tomato.
But who you playing with?
That's
why we made this show.
A lot of people won't know that.
No, everybody thinks it's Zebra 3.
That was this call.
But that was the call.
That was his call name for the police
for that particular unit.
It's got the nickname.
The striped tomato.
There was a show called the Snowstorm Show, or whatever.
Yeah, and Hutch gave it the
name the striped tomato. The 75 Gran Torino. Dope car, man.
Dope car.
Even for coming out in 75, because a lot of the muscle cars stopped getting made and produced up to 73.
Right.
75, they had to put converters on it, catalytic converter and emissions things. So to still come out with some muscle for 75 and 76, they had the Torino. That's all right. And the Gran Torino could go twice on this list because it's in 2 movies.
I know, 2 movies. But it's more famous
from the show.
From this show rather than Clint Eastwood's Gran Torino.
Right. Even though he had a nice one.
You really found out what the name of the car was when you see Gran Torino.
Right. Like, no, but I knew it. I knew it was
your
musclehead.
Yeah, well, not musclehead. Yeah. You're a meathead, but you're not a musclehead. All right, my next one is number 6. How can you argue with this? James Bond's Aston Martin.
From Goldfinger?
Yeah, from Goldfinger.
The one that went underwater?
No, that was later on. That was a Lotus. That was a Lotus. But Goldfinger's 1963 Aston Martin DB5.
Son, and fully loaded.
Classic car.
And if you were a spy, you had machine guns, smoke line,
drop the spikes.
But still, even though a spy car, but elegant and
classic,
and it complimented Sean Connery.
Right. Sean Connery. Sean was the dude back then. It's classic.
Before he became all erratic and
classic European sports car.
Pissed off.
Classic car. Period.
Joe. We'll talk about my car.
Aston Martin. Can't go wrong with Aston Martin.
You can't go wrong with an Aston Martin, especially when it comes to James Bond.
Right. And being that you mentioned James Bond's Goldfinger 63 Aston Martin, you have the Casino Royale Aston Martin DB5. No, DBS V12, the 07 Aston Martin. Mm-hmm. They brought it out.
Yeah.
That James Bond movie, and that was a beautiful car.
That was a beautiful car. That was a beautiful movie.
Car.
It's an elegant car.
Right.
It's
elegant,
but and it can
and
go.
it's a beast.
Yeah, it can
Because it's
go.
got a V12.
Yeah, I know.
So it's called a boogie.
Yeah.
And it's elegant. It's refined. Aston Martin. You can't go wrong with Aston Martin.
How could you?
I'm saying like I got one, but you can't go.
No,
wrong
no.
with
If
Aston
I was
Martin.
being a spy game, I get an Aston
Hey,
Martin.
if I had in that financial neighborhood, I'd get an Aston
If
Martin.
I was an undercover brother, I get the Aston Martin just because that's how it is.
Yeah, Aston Martin. It's a beautiful car, man. Beautiful.
That's the first time you've seen it in Goldfinger.
Yeah, great. I'm not seeing a lot of Aston Martins roll through White Plains Road. So,
sure?
Yeah.
seen it
I'm pretty safe for not
I seen a
seeing.
DeLorean run through here one time.
Hey, yo, you was in the right place at the right time. I didn't see that.
All right. Well,
Is
what
the
am I-
DeLorean your pick from Back to the Future? You got that in there?
I didn't put it on there.
It's an honorable mention. I'm not a
Yeah, it's
DeLorean fan, but it's an
That was
iconic
a
car.
beautiful car when it came out.
That movie made that car more, on top of the
Yeah, because it was a financial failure.
right, and yeah, on top of all the nonsense that went behind it with the DeLorean man and his business and his
Yeah.
drama. That movie put it back up there and made it the classic car that what it is.
Now, you know what I'm coming up with, right?
What you got?
You know which one I'm coming up
I know what you're doing.
Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Christine.
Christine.
Yeah.
That's a good movie too.
Great movie.
Haunted car.
A 47, I mean, 57,
Bel
58
Air.
Fury.
No, Plymouth Fury.
Fury?
Yeah.
1958 Plymouth
Plymouth
Fury.
Fury. You will not see these on the streets unless, I don't know.
Speaking of Christine, I was watching the Barrett Jackson Auto auction last week, and they had it live. They do a lot of cars, TV cars, movie cars,
Right.
limited edition muscle cars, all kind of high end auction. It's a high
I do
end
believe
auction.
they sold off,
A Christine.
yeah, Christine.
There was 2 cars left from the movie. This is one of the actual cars from the movie. Sold at auction for $180,000.
I pay that much.
It's a lot of money for a 1958 Plymouth Fury.
Yo, that's a lot of seat room.
They had a Hemi in it too, so you put a little Hemi in it. So it just has
That's a
to-
lot of seat room.
You gotta-
And let me tell you something. If it's really made out of steel, you can go through a bank wall.
Yeah, you can knock down some things with 58 Plymouth Fury.
And it's got a little bit of beast underneath the hood.
You might chip the paint a little.
A little bit.
That's about it. You ain't
A
chipping nothing
little
else.
bit. I suggest you fans, if you do anything, one snowy night, because we're in the winter time, one snowy night, go on Netflix and rent Christine, because
Yeah, if you got your spooky
It's a gr-
movies, your horror flick type things.
it had the funny thing about it, the radio kind of corresponded with the situation at hand.
Yeah.
So they play songs that were
You know, it's
just
funny because they used that later on in the Transformers.
Oh, yeah?
When Bumblebee was the Camaro. The radio would play songs that different for moods.
right. That's funny. I didn't mention one,
Transformers.
not one Transformer.
But the only one we can mention is
Is
the
Optimus Prime.
Bumblebee.
No,
Camaro.
Optimus.
It's a truck. It's a semi. It's not,
Alright.
I don't know what Peterbilt. I don't know if it was a Mack. I don't know whatever. But you meant Bumblebee is the iconic car from the
Yeah.
from the Transformers series.
Yeah.
It's all about Bumblebee. The Chevy Camaro SS. You can't go wrong with that. That's
No.
an honorable mention.
Yeah.
They had to redo it, and they only used the car for that. They didn't use the car. They didn't use the Camaro back in the old days.
Right.
In the cartoons, they just used it for those 3 movies.
Well, I'm gonna hit you in the head with this one,
What
and
you
then
got?
I know you're gonna hit me in the head with the other one. So you might as well get these out the way. Number 4, Kid. Come on, Knight Rider. Knight Rider. His car, talk to him. He had a personality.
Right.
You can get him out of any situation. Kid was the bomb.
And you thought that the cars were talking to everybody. I thought, oh, that's crazy TV stuff. And nowadays the cars
No,
talk
no,
But
to
you got 2 versions now. You got the new Knight Rider.
Nah, we just talking. Oh, we ain't going to
okay,
do
now-
No.
classic
The
one.
There's
Pontiac-
one Knight
the
Rider.
Pontiac Firebird, right?
Trans Am, yep.
Trans Am.
Like we
There's,
said, what's it?
82 Trans Am.
There can only be one.
Right, 82 Trans Am,
Kid-
all blacked out.
All blacked out. Hasselhoff, but he's icon within himself.
The Hoff.
Yeah, the Hoff. He's a big deal in Sweden right now.
Yeah, he's a man overseas. Man.
Yeah,
He's crazy.
crazy as hell. But before he got into Baywatch, he was Knight Rider.
He was Knight Rider, babe. Knight
Dude.
Rider's crazy. That was
Nah.
my joint back then.
Yeah, the A-Team, Channel 4 was making moves
Yeah.
for New York era. All these, most of
NBC.
these movies and shows were like on NBC. Disney
Yeah.
was definitely hard on NBC, and Knight Rider definitely filled my nights with fun and the future.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned the Bandit. I mean, what? 40 and
Flip,
Slip.
huh?
Because with
Yeah.
wasn't for the Bandit. There's no kit.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna come with that. That's why I hit kit.
Gotta go to Bandit, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta go to Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit, baby.
Burt Reynolds, Sally Fields.
Trans Am.
77 Pontiac Trans Am with the 6-liter, 6.6
Jackal.
liter, 400 in the hood. A lot of power.
Jackie Gleason.
As a matter of fact, it was on this afternoon before I left.
Oh, serious?
I was cracking up. Jackie Gleason, the funny dude.
Jerry Reed.
Yo, it's crazy. He's a country singer riding the snowman.
Yeah.
He was driving the truck.
He's bowing down.
He was,
man.
and he was singing all those songs too. It's a funny movie. If you ever, they run
That's
cable
when, that's
all the
when
time.
movies, you can see any kind of movie, but Burt Reynolds brought that certain,
The Trans Am was my favorite joint. Man.
honorable mention, movies, cars, and such, the Gumball Rally. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, a lot of cars in there.
There's
One of the
a multitude of cars. They made a remake lately, but the
main,
Gumball Rally.
One of the main ones was the Lamborghini Countach. Got to flip the doors up. Come on, man. I know my stuff, man. Tell you I'm a car guy. I don't play no
I'm going to
games.
bring up the Lamborghini because later on, they brought it in Miami Vice.
Yeah,
Don
no, that was
John.
a Ferrari.
No, later they blew up the Ferrari and then he had the Lamborghini Countach. Yeah.
Yeah, undercover cop who's a football star driving around a $100,000 car.
I didn't want to bring that up because that would pee you off.
Yeah, man, that pissed me off.
So I didn't bring that one up, so I'll let that one slide. All right, number 3. Wow, we going through this like it's nobody's business. But all
I
right.
got some honorable mentions to talk
I
about.
got a couple of honorable
that you
mentions.
skipped. I got a few that's going to bust you in your head.
All right, but I got the Munsters coach
Okay.
made from 3 Model Ts. Can you believe that?
A big famous California guy who's a custom car builder, an icon in the custom car game.
Which I don't want to say his name because it's going to spoil for my number 1.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was the man, yo.
This car just recently sold for 100 and...
That was a bad car too. I
With
like that.
the Munster? Oh yeah, man. It was better than the Adams Family car.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think too much of and they didn't show too much of.
Right.
But it sold for over $100,000.
I'm pretty sure it did because it was one of a kind. It's a one-off.
Yeah.
Complete custom job.
And it was a dragster.
Yeah, it had the big engine on it. You got a car made by that guy. I'm not gonna mention his name and let you do that.
Yeah.
That guy is gonna go for those kind of papers, man. It's crazy.
And when you think of the Monsters, man, I used to love that show.
Monsters was cool.
You
I
know?
like the Monsters.
Yeah.
Spot under the steps. How you got a pet dragon named Spot? That's crazy.
No, they were the Monsters, man.
That's what
You know what bugged me out about that? The Monsters, they thought everybody else was nuts.
Yeah.
they thought they were cool.
The one normal looking daughter, they looked at her like she was nut job.
Yeah,
she was
they
ugly.
thought she was ugly.
Yeah. Someday you'll meet somebody.
Marilyn, yeah.
She was gorgeous.
And she was ridiculously hot, but well, not ridiculously hot, but she was good. But she was the plain one of the group. That was it. So, all right, how you gonna counter my?
The Monsters?
Yeah.
I'm going classic muscle. Classic muscle. There's people that do anything to get their hands on one of these. Eleanor.
I knew you were gonna bring her up.
67 Mustang Shelby GT 500.
I knew you were gonna bring her up.
Going in 60
Going in
seconds.
60 seconds.
Cool movie.
With Nicolas Cage.
And Angelina Jolie with her pretty self. And a number of other people in the movie. That doesn't matter because you had nice cars. And you had the Eleanor.
The
67 Fastback GT. GT
What was
500.
in the back?
On the sides.
Sides.
There's people that they have there's a company who custom and made the car for the movie.
Right.
And you could buy it if you have a couple $100,000 or $100,000 some change.
Yeah, check at the ATM.
Right. You call them and you can order yours and they'll give you whatever your paint variety you want. Or you can have it just look just like the movie with the charcoal gray and all that. But Eleanor is a beautiful car.
See, you know
a lot
what?
of power too. Those cars are very strong. They got about
The
700
only thing
horsepower.
they are powerful. But the only, all right, I've seen Shelby's in different movies.
But none of them are Eleanor.
I've seen Shelby's in different movies.
None of them are Eleanor.
I've seen Steve McQueen drive a Shelby.
It wasn't a Shelby. It wasn't a Shelby. The Bullet you talking about?
No, yeah.
Steve McQueen, famous. The Bullet Mustang was a 68 GT390. It wasn't a Shelby GT500.
Oh, okay.
Two different cars. Remember, there's a lot of different trims and a lot of different joints.
Okay.
They have Mustang with the 4-liter. They have Mustang. There's fastbacks in the 67s and 68s with the fastbacks. The GTs, the GT500s.
Right.
There was Shelby Cobras. Then there was Shelby the Super Snakes later
The Shelby
on.
Cobra. Right.
But
Okay,
he had a Bullet, a 68 GT390. It was a nice car. They stripped down some things on it to make it a little faster, and to take. disguise it for the movie. They didn't have the Mustang logo on it
Right.
or whatever. But it was
That was a beast of a car, though.
Oh yeah, that was one of the fantastic car chase scenes in
movie history. Yeah,
Movie
history, man. I mean, cinema history.
But I you know what car I always liked? The Green Hornet.
Oh, that was a Cadillac.
No, that was 1966 Chrysler Imperial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was done by
tough.
the same guy that I'll talk about later.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
Talk about later.
there's another car in that movie, in that famous chase scene from Bullet.
He had a GTO, right?
No.
It wasn't a GTO?
No, it was the 68 Charger 440 Magnum.
Charger, yeah.
That was
it
the
Charger.
bad guy was
Yeah.
driving.
And that was the first time I ever seen that chase. This is when he noticed that Steve McQueen is shadowing. He puts on the driving gloves. I was like, it's about to get down.
They said they were doing like about $1. They were supposed to only do like 75, but they were doing like 90 to $1.
Of course, you got Steve McQueen.
through the streets of San
Steve
Fran.
McQueen
It was
was
crazy.
off the
Yeah.
leader.
It said his wife was mad that he was doing the drivers. She told him to have a stunt driver.
No,
So he
Steve-
came in to do the shoots. He's like, "Who the hell is this?"
Steve did his own stunts.
He's the coolest
He
man alive.
was a man.
He was a man.
Steve was a man. It was like
Turtle like
Steve McQueen, Burt Reynolds, and everybody else.
Right. Yeah. Too bad he passed way too early. So
Stanford Sun Truck.
he was a man. He was a man's man, yo.
Yeah, he was cool. He was daddy cool.
And that's two classic cars.
And
68 GT.
Straight classic cars. I
And the
love.
68 Charger 440 Magnum. That's one of the biggest engines.
Where was that scene done? In New York or in San Fran?
The
The
Bullet.
chasing.
It's
San
done-
Fran.
it's
San
done in
Fran.
San Fran.
It was
San
done
Fran.
San Fran because I remember the hills.
Right.
Yeah, the famous
San
hill.
Fran.
Yeah. Wow. What a movie, man.
Yeah.
And what two cars.
Two
man.
hot cars.
I don't know if my number one can blow that out. Well, let me
you
just
got?
see.
But the one I think you confusing the scene with was with the 7-Ups when they had Roy Schneider and they did the chase scene all the way down to Brooklyn under
Right.
Avenue J.
No, that's French Connection.
That's French Connection.
Right.
Yeah. No, 7-Ups had the chase scene too.
Right, they both did, but French Connection came first.
Yeah. So there's the 7-Ups chase scene
And I was
with
reading,
that.
I was reading up on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
What you got for me there? What you
All right,
got
now my
supposed to-
number
supposed
one.
to blow my mind.
They ain't gonna blow your mind. You knew where I was going.
Yeah, I
with
know where
this.
you're going. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know you don't. But number one, my folks, number one car, and that's dear to my heart, and it should be number one in everyone's heart, is the Batmobile. The Batmobile.
Bah.
How you bow to the Batmobile?
I don't know, 'cause I'm not a Batman fan too much.
Are you kidding me? Lincoln Ventura, 1950 Lincoln Ventura, man. Done
Fully custom.
fully custom. Now the guy I was alluding to, who did most of the recreation reconstructions and stuff like that, is George Barris.
Right.
He's a legend in the business.
In the car custom business. He's a legend.
And
Still
he-
alive too.
Yeah, I know. He does auctions and stuff like that. He still does.
He has a museum
Yeah.
in Cali with all his cars he's done for different movies.
Now the
and stuff.
Batmobile. Come on, how you deny the Batmobile? Because when you think about Batman, you think about his ride.
Yeah.
Now his ride has evolved since
Right.
the '60s.
Because they had the one in the Dark Knight thing, the Rumbler thing.
Yeah.
They turned into the motorcycle
Yeah, it was-
and the
yeah,
wheels.
yeah.
Crazy big wheels.
And the
all
one that Michael Keaton was different from the one that was
Right,
in,
yeah, that was disgusting. That was a Corvette they put. A whole
they
bunch of
put
stuff
together.
on.
And I don't know what George Clooney was driving. I'll be ashamed of driving. Not shit. I don't know what they were driving.
I'm
but
not
it was-
watching George Clooney play Batman. That's another thing.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Side note, I'm not watching Ben Affleck as Batman. It's not gonna happen. I don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
I
I
just-
don't know who they're thinking about.
Why? Because he stunk up Daredevil. Oh, no, we're going totally left. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah.
I liked at the time the 1971 Hardcastle and McCormick car. That was the Volkswagen Coyote X. That was like the Stingray version.
Wow, I don't even remember the show.
Yeah. Oh man,
Maybe
they
McCormick makes
kind of look
seasonings.
similar to the Stingray a little bit.
Mm.
Great car. They used to
Wow.
always race them in the Grand Ams.
Who you got the top?
I got something for your list here, man. I got something that's an iconic car.
That's gonna blow my Batmobile off the water. It's unheard of. You better come with something strong too.
I got a couple of classic cars.
All right, let me hit you.
I got one from one of our favorite movies that had us crying back in the day when we seen it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
The 1961 Ferrari GT250
What
California.
a car.
Beautiful car.
What a
Beautiful car.
Yeah, when you think of
That's
that
a
car,
classic.
you think of Ferris Bueller. You think of the scene where he's trying to get the odometer back.
To go backwards and it But
Oh,
reversed right through the glass.
did your throat
Like,
just go? Oh.
But the funny part is when they left it in the parking lot, and as they walked down the block, the attendants came out,
took
it off and spin the
Now,
tires. And was driving all over the place.
everybody uses that now because when
Right,
Ferris
Bueller's Day Off.
that was like
Classic.
all right. It doesn't beat the Batmobile, but I give you a hand for trying.
I got something else.
What's up?
Another a classic movie for movie buffs. Mostly people of our age group.
A certain age.
Remember American Graffiti?
Oh, there was a host of cars in that.
32 Ford Coupe.
Who was
Chop.
Was what's his name
Main
driving?
character, yeah, drove it. It's yellow.
What's his
I can't remember the main
Harrison
character.
Ford?
I think so. Yes.
Harrison Ford was
32
driving
Ford
that.
Coupe.
But there was so many cars in there.
But the 32 Ford Coupe is your prototype, your typical. When you want a hot rod, even a rat rod, you get a 32 Ford Coupe. That's your classic joint. You chop it.
Wow.
Bring the hood down. Throw the things on it. The
That
flags on
was-
the back.
All right, you know what? That stood out. But there was so many cars in that movie.
It's California.
It's California.
The car culture.
Yeah.
The car culture is real.
I see that and raise you a DeSoto. No, I'm just kidding.
So, Mr. Cunningham's
Yeah.
car? Mr. C's car?
Mr. C's car.
Nah, man. Nah.
The 1950 DeSoto.
I got something else for you.
Imagine you driving that right now. You have to take 3 lefts just to make a right. Good
Take
God.
a lot of space with that thing.
Whew.
Hard to park that.
Yeah.
Your arms would be crazy because you know there was no power steering.
Yeah, I like to bring that up. Those 50s cars, I don't think they had power steering in them.
A lot of them did.
No wonder the guys were so big back then.
Right, manly men. You're powering a tank with no power steering.
See?
It's crazy. I got something for you too.
What's that?
One of your movies, a guy that you like.
Huh.
Dazed and Confused.
Oh,
Your man.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Yeah.
That's why I like the high school.
1970 Chevelle SS
Yeah.
454.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Classic
it
car.
just came out. It just was on the other day. I was looking at.
One of my favorite cars. I get the money to get one. I'm getting me a 70
All
Chevelle.
right,
Always liked it.
all right.
Chevelle, Monte, Impala, or El Camino. Top 3, those 4 cars I'm going to get my
I
hands
like
on.
the Grand Nationals too.
Yeah, that's an 80 something. I'm talking
it's
about
80s.
70. Talking about classic muscle.
I would go-
real muscle.
I
Grand
would-
National is a beautiful car.
There you
Those
go.
are dope. 85, 86, Regal, Buick Grand National is crazy. Hard to find. You'll pay a lot of money to get one of those.
I would go
But I'm 70s type.
GTO. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong with a GTO.
Not at all. Not at all. Judge.
No lie, I would go with a bug, just for the fun of it.
I'm not doing a bug. I'm not a bug dude. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting
Just for the fun of
that.
it.
Give me a 79 Monte or a 70.
You look like a
something.
pacer kind of guy. like Chevy
I wouldn't
pacer.
say so. If anything, it would be a gremlin, not a pacer. And my
A
third car,
gremlin. Hey, one of our homeboys parents had a gremlin back in the
That's
day.
right.
I ain't gonna go there though.
And the Dodge Fury.
I would, and my third car, it had to be a Mustang.
Mustangs are cool, but I'm not a big Mustang guy.
It's
I'm
spe-
more of a Chevy guy.
Expensive for hire Mustang.
I've always been a
It's a
Mustang
fastback.
guy.
That's a
Yeah.
67, 68 fastback.
Yeah.
I
expensive
had McLaren, car number 79 off the lot. The McLaren edition. 1990 Mustang McLaren. Yeah, I love that car.
No, as far as other cars go, I didn't see anything that was more iconic than these particular cars. You kind of blew me out with the Dazed and Confused.
I got another one for you.
All right.
An honorable mention. That was a classic car and a iconic car for the time period, and for, pretty much for our area. Bronx Tale. My man Sonny's '68 Cadillac DeVille convertible.
Yeah, that's more of a
Era for that era.
Yeah, for era.
And for that part of town.
Yeah.
That
That was
forget about it.
Yeah.
You wanted a Cadillac.
Yes,
You had a
'cause
DeVille.
you had to go see that guy about that thing.
Exactly.
In that car.
And you got in the car and you go see the guy about that thing.
In the car.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Driving back.
That's the one. All right, I got one for you. I've got one for you.
You got one for me? I got
Yeah.
another one for you to bust
I
your
got
head with.
one for you. I'm gonna bust you in the head with the Hearst and the Phantasm.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's another car, but go ahead. You can talk. There's another
I
car in that
thought you
same
was
movie.
gonna say Ghostbusters.
That could have been in there.
Right. I thought about that one too. I thought about
I
it.
thought about it, but I was like,
What
Also, in the Phantasm,
Yeah.
which is for people that like crazy spooky movies and
yeah, definitely.
Phantasm is one of the classic late 70s, early 80s horror movie joints.
That really
It's-
bugs you out.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the normal.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
you know what I
wild.
mean? It was wild.
But the dude who was like trying to run away from all the craziness,
Yeah.
he had a Challenger,
Yeah.
blacked out Challenger.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Challenger guy.
You know what?
I'm kind of a Mopar guy to an extent. I'm a Chevy and a Mopar guy.
Okay.
It's two cars I go with.
You like Mopar?
I like
What
some
about
Mopar.
the 2005 Dark Knight Lamborghini Tank?
2005.
What movie is that though? What,
That was from Dark Knight.
nah, see,
that's
not.
the- yeah, that's the-
it's not iconic, and it's not. You didn't watch Dark Knight to see that car.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that's in there. You know, so I didn't even know what movie
Batmobile.
it is.
Batmobile like, turbines the speed.
Yeah.
You know that. You know what they said before they
Right.
broke out. The Batmobile was it was the centerpiece.
The shift.
Yeah.
to make a U-turn, you had to level.
Actually,
the
the car I'm talking about is a Batmobile car.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it's not.
2005.
It's not
It's
that car.
2005. You know what? I wanted to take a time out and suggest everyone just take some time and look at some of those old school flicks. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry.
Yo, that's my
Ultimate.
joint.
Ultimate. They were driving in Charger, I do believe.
Yeah, they
Probably-
was. That's
probably
what.
Fury.
With my man Robert Redford, right?
No.
Yeah, Susan St. James. Well, I'm thinking of the Mason Dixon line.
You think it's
that
yeah?
car where he
Susan
had
St. James is in it, but it wasn't. It
you
was.
know
It
the one I'm
was
talking about had Robert Redford.
It's Peter Fonda.
Peter Fonda. That's who it is.
That's Peter Fonda
And Susan St. James
doing Dirty Larry, Crazy Mary, Dirty
Yeah,
Larry.
and
A lot of
Mason,
those
the Mason
cars,
Dixon
a
line.
lot of those movies are gonna have the cop cars are gonna be some kind of Plymouth or a Dodge.
Yeah, and it
So
was.
it's gonna be the Fury and as the cop car chasing them and whatever car they have. But you'll see in those movies you'll see a lot of Dodgers and Plymouths because Plymouth Furies are Chargers. Most likely Plymouth Furies for cop cars because you didn't see a lot of
Yeah, 'cause
Chargers
a lot
and
of-
cop cars.
A lot of like Dirty Harry movies were
And
playing.
listen,
Right?
I'm not going to even front, man. They had some nice cars in that movie, Truck Turner. Remember the movie the part with the Pursuit of the Pimpmobile? They had the 1973, the 1971 reverse door Lincoln Town Car Continental. Remember that's the one that opens up in reverse.
Suicide doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the suicide.
You know what we forgot about?
What's that?
Escape from New York.
The Duke of New
The
York.
Duke of New York.
His limo?
Yeah, his limo,
Dude
dude.
shot to Larry Lula.
The Fleetwood. Yeah, Fleetwood, man. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Fleetwood,
Larry
man.
got everybody everywhere with the Fleetwood.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Larry Lou, big shouts,
Big
yo.
shout out to
Duke
Larry
of
Lula.
New
New
York
York.
with the chandeliers on the hood.
Yeah,
And
you
the
talk
disco
about
ball
a
and
Looking
pimp
like
ride.
Isaac Hayes with braids and
Yeah.
stuff. too.
Thinking about the pimp ride.
See,
that
I-
was a
I-
pimp ride.
I almost did that, but I wanted to keep it to what we was talking about with cars that were part of the movie, where you
But-
remember that car.
Well,
Even though it's a good
in
car.
that case, you got to think of Superfly with the Studs
See, no,
Bearcat.
that's what I was saying. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do Superfly's car, but you
It
don't
wasn't
watch
part of it.
Superfly for the car.
Yeah, it
a lot of
wasn't
people
part
won't
of the story.
remember
I
the
bet-
car was in
I
Superfly.
kind of beg to differ.
That's you. If you did a poll, people are like, well, I don't know what car it is.
That was always
No.
the bad album cover with him standing in front
Right,
of
the car.
shaking
How
hand
the-
in the car in there.
how they had the lights, the covers
With
on the lights.
With the walking suit, he had the
Right.
Mercedes-Benz windshield wiper lights on it. Yeah.
But you know that's not the. You want movies that the car or the vehicle was part of the movie.
Part of the movie and iconic. You cannot think about this movie without like, remember the car?
Right, exactly. That's why I stopped myself from picking Superfly's pimped out joint. I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
As
But
soon as you think of the monsters, you see them riding up to the gate with that ride.
It's in the beginning of the show.
And he lost that car. Remember that? You remember that episode that he lost the car?
No.
They lost the car on a drag race. For Herman trying to drag race and lost the car. And Grandpa built the Dragula out of a coffin.
Okay, now I
The
remember.
Dragula,
That's classic,
also
yo.
modeled by
That guy.
Barris.
Okay. I got another car.
Yeah.
That it slipped my mind while I was doing my list, but it just hit me right now.
Big shout out to Frank Gwynn for that one.
Yeah.
Magnum PIs Ferrari.
Yeah, Magnum TI.
350.
Yeah, because that was right in the beginning.
So
Yeah.
you think of Magnum PI, you think of the red Ferrari.
Yeah.
With the drop. With the
Yeah.
with
No,
the peanut
actually,
butter
you
seats.
think of Magnum PI, you think of the mustache.
Well, that's one thing. But you think of him driving the red Ferrari,
The
peanut
mustache
butter seats.
and this Bray Wyatt shirt.
What about the Sanford and Son truck, the Ford, 1951 Ford?
Yeah.
No, actually, yeah, that gets
Yeah.
mentioned. That's an honorable mention because
But it's not-
when you think, because Lamont's driving that truck.
Right, but
That
it's
truck
not,
is
it's not an iconic car. Would you want that car? Like, it's not a car like
If it's cleaned up,
Yeah. Actually, I
It
wouldn't.
was
Yeah, because you got the hat for it.
Yeah, I no. That truck. Tell me that
And
truck
you got
ain't
the
tight.
Lamont mustache for it too. So you.
Yeah. You go ice fishing too, right?
This conversation's going nowhere. No, but very seriously, you wouldn't drive that trick up.
But I'm saying,
It
when
was
you
cleaned
think
up.
That's
you
an
thinking-
old school.
When someone says, "Yo, Sanford the Son," you think of the jokes or whatever.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
think of the truck. You think of him snapping on Esther, stuff like
But
that.
the truck was bought because when they went outside to the junkyard, truck is dead.
Right.
My mom
But
made his
when,
pickups.
when someone mentions Sanford the Son, the first thing pops in your
But
mind
I-
is not the truck.
No,
Yeah,
it's a
I
song.
think of it like, what about Chico and the Man with the van?
Now, see, that's different.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thinking about the van
I
with
wouldn't
Chico
think
in the
about
van.
it because he lived in the van.
It had the dice. Everybody remembers the fuzzy dice
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
and the chain steering wheel.
I don't think of the Chico and the Man's van.
Okay, I got one. Okay, the Mad Max car, the Ford. 1974 Ford Falcon, I think.
Yeah,
it was.
it was something to that extent. I was gonna have that on my list, but I was like, you know what?
You's right.
Nah, I took it off. I didn't put it
Why?
on my. I don't know. I just didn't put it on.
Mad
my,
Max, you think of Mad Max, you think of his ride because it was all about
Right,
rides.
but then it got destroyed halfway through the movie.
No,
Yeah.
after it was like toward the end.
But
It's
you,
toward the end. No, that car actually made it to Road
Yeah,
Warrior.
yeah.
I got one more, then I'll be quiet on the rest. But BJ and the Bear's truck.
Yeah, but
The truck with
okay.
BJ and the Bear. That was a bad truck, man.
Realistically, yeah, it's part of the show. It made the show. It was part of the plot line, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That,
but
that
it
was
wasn't
a
like.
Peterbilt, I believe. Too,
Yeah,
right?
but it's not like people in the hood was like, yeah, I'm gonna give me a Peterbilt.
Yeah.
I want a Peterbilt.
Anyway, yeah, PJ
So,
and the Bear.
I'm
I
looking
don't know.
into that
that
aspect
truck,
of
man,
it
I'm telling you,
being an
man.
icon. Like, yeah, where my park at?
Yeah.
White Line Fever.
I'm gonna pull up on her.
Oh, that's a whole different movie.
pull
And
up
Joe
on-
Don Baker. It's
That's
White
a-
Line Fever.
Yeah, that was a whole different movie.
You know what? I could go back how he talked about the hearse from
Phantasm.
Phantasm, and then the hearse Ghostbusters. Hearse, another hearse, but an ambulance hearse. Mother Jugs and Speed.
You know what? I was this close.
Me too.
I was so
stopped
close.
myself.
And me too. I was like, would people remember this?
Mother Jugs and Speed.
Mother Jugs and Speed. Bill Cosby, Raquel Welch,
Yeah.
and
I wonder if
and,
he slipped. Sorry.
Harry Hagman. Larry Hagman, right?
That's cold.
He probably did.
Yeah.
No, but she's a beast.
Yeah, she fight back.
She would
so,
fight back.
right.
Yeah,
She might have slipped something
she
on
doesn't-
him. She was
no, she-
always
Hey, Raquel,
fine,
how you
man.
doing, mama?
Raquel Welch.
That's like a girl out.
Yeah. hey. I just heard that. Now you don't know what.
But,
Raquel looking at a fight.
Yeah, me and
Mother
you got
Jugs
the
and
same
Speed.
because I was about this close, but I don't know if anybody remember. Larry Hagman was the last guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then let's forget. It hasn't been in a lot of movies, but it's been in a lot of movie documentaries. The Beast, the presidential beast.
Oh yeah, but that's yeah.
I mean, it's not
Obama's limo. They
That's
call it
not
the Beast.
iconic.
They call it the Beast.
It is iconic.
That's
That's been
it
a
doesn't
movie
fit.
I've seen of.
The
It doesn't
ultimate
fit.
getaway car.
It doesn't fit. You have to use a getaway car to get near it. It doesn't fit
Ooh,
our
I seen
criteria.
one that you didn't even put up there. Why didn't you say that?
What?
You should have said that a long time ago.
I was gonna say I was saving that for the end.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm surprised you didn't say that.
That's what I said. I said
That
the
almost
bullshit
trumps
with
my. That almost trumps my Batmobile. He's got a good one, folks. He got a good one.
I got one more before I get to my good one.
Yeah.
We talked Impala. We could also talk about the Impala from a Cheech and Chong movie. Or you can go instead of ice cream truck with Cheech and Chong, you got the
Yeah.
Impala, or you had a van also.
Yeah. Both, but the van was made out of hemp.
Yeah, the truck.
They got smoke.
Yeah, they had a truck made of
They got smoke.
That's up in smoke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The truck was
It
made
was-
of weed.
yeah. Up in smoke.
So you had the classic
Hey,
joint like
Samara,
that.
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Go get some time out and all these other movies. I mean, I did like the interview in John Wick. Don't get me wrong, but check out some of these old school flicks and check out the scenery. Even Days of the Confused. It was a period movie, but the cars they had were incredible. Think about what did Ben Affleck had in there? He had some kind of
He was in Days of Confused?
yeah. He was
Ben Affleck?
Yeah, he was the one with the paddle. He was paddling all the kids.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was paddling all the freshmen. That's old school. You paddle a freshman.
Yeah, that's I don't remember that one.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. That was when he was cool and he was fat.
Another cool car, good TV show. Vegas.
He had a Mustang. Right?
No, he had a Thunderbird.
Yeah, Thunderbird.
Convertible. Like I think it was a 59
Yeah.
maybe or something.
The
like
antenna.
the nice 2-door convertible.
Yeah,
The antennas.
the antenna.
Thunderbird. Beautiful car.
I wonder if he had that in his contract. Whenever I play like a detective on TV, I had to
Yeah,
have a cool car.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because that was a cool car.
Yeah,
Not
that was.
necessarily because you got my man Joe Rockford with the Camaro.
Yeah, but his Camaro was kind of basic.
Yeah, he was a basic.
He had a basic Camaro.
Rockford was
And
almost
it
made
was-
my list, but it was.
They were
I
great
had nothing to
cars
say.
though, man.
Yeah,
the
but
Camaros.
he didn't have a nice Camaro. He didn't have a fast Camaro.
He went through a bunch
He had
of-
like a basic low edition Camaro
Yeah.
with no options.
Yeah.
He had the base
I
model.
don't even think he had a radio.
Yeah, he had a base model
I put
Camaro.
Cannon's ride before his. You kidding
Cannon's
me?
LTD with
That
the phone.
LTD? You kidding me?
Yeah.
And then,
The phone gets him over.
You can't sleep on Daisy Duke's Jeep back in the Jeep, right?
I didn't like David Duke's
You didn't
Jeep.
like a Jeep?
No, yeah,
No,
but
because it was a basic Jeep.
it was the Jeep.
It was a hooked up Jeep, but it was basic.
You didn't watch Dukes of Hazzard to see the Jeep because
Yeah.
the Jeep was
I
only in a
think
couple
it
of
was General
shows.
Lee.
Yeah,
Exactly.
General Lee was the
was
stuff.
the-
Uncle
the start of the
Jesse's
show.
Jeep.
Yeah.
Uncle Jesse's pickup. Matter of fact, Uncle Jesse had the same pickup truck in Sanford, son.
He had a toe on it.
Yeah.
But the star of the show was the General Lee. The other cars are irrelevant because without General Lee, nobody watched.
No,
without
they were-
Bo and Luke
No, they
jumping
look for
across the river.
Daisy Duke. They would last for Daisy.
Yeah, but the show wouldn't have been on
Oh,
too
no.
long if
I wanna do
we
that
didn't
one
see
day.
Bo and Luke jumping over the
That's
river.
what
I kind of still watch it for Daisy Duke, though.
I want to do that one day. Just
What,
jump
jump
over the
over the
table and let Will and Jennings tell the rest of our story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these two boys are ready to go out.
Yeah.
As we're in stop motion.
Let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. I was going to say what time, but we have to keep going because
Yeah.
our producer took a break. But anyway, a lot of iconic cars, man. I was
Bluesmobile.
the Blues Brothers, classic cop car. I think that was a Plymouth Fury too.
Yeah, that's a Fury.
It's a cop car they took down with the big engine and all that. A lot of, I'm a car guy, so I look at these when I watch a movie.
I'm a movie guy who happens to look at the cars,
right.
but I appreciate them when because they actually tell the story as well.
Right.
You know,
Yo, your brother had a classic car one time. He had your brother Doc. He had the Dodge Dart.
Dodge Dart Swinger. He had the Dodge Dart Swinger. Yes, he did.
I had a picture of him up on Facebook with
Yes.
that car. And he hit me back in the message box. He said, "Man, I love that car."
He did. He did. That was his joint.
He had the lifts on it and
Yeah,
everything.
he
man.
had, it was a Swinger, the Swinger edition.
Yeah.
And the Dart, not for nothing, the Dart was a muscle car. In the early edition of the Darts, the 60
Yeah.
editions, they were races. They used them in races because they were lightweight. They were small. They were a nice frame, and they would race them a lot. I watch a lot of car shows, people, so don't think I'm a crazy person. But the Dart was a joint. Early
Dart.
the Dodge Dart. They used a lot of NASCAR races in the early days too.
Mm.
It was crazy, man. Crazy. Woo, woo, woo.
What? Right.
What's the time check on that, Mustaf, behind the boards?
About 10 minutes left.
I
Got
got
10 minutes
I
left?
got one
Alright.
more on my list.
Before you get to your number one, because that's a pretty heavy number one. If you want to look at a lot of cars, when movies with cars like when the Fast and the Furious is out now.
Fast and the Furious.
Those cars are
The
pretty,
GTO that Vin Diesel drove in the first two
Yeah.
that he had, that was his baby. That was a beautiful.
Like
car.
I said, the Gumball Rally. You can look at the newest one, but I
it's
suggest you
called
look.
Cannonball Run, not Gumball Rally.
No, there was Gumball Rally and Cannonball Run.
Burt Reynolds. was in
Barry
that.
Reynolds and Jackie Chan. His
Not
second.
Jackie Chan, Don DeLuise.
No,
In the-
Jackie
in
Chan
the-
was in.
That's
Cannonball
later.
Run,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but it was really.
Oh no,
it
the
was
Dom
Don
DeLuise.
DeLuise,
Yeah. That was.
A lot of nice cars in that movie.
And a lot
Ferraris,
of beautiful
Lamborghinis.
cars in there. What else? Wacky Races. You can look at Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of crazy cars like that.
Yes, a true indeed. You know what?
Yeah,
Another
the
crazy
wacky
car.
races.
You mentioned cartoons. I can mention cartoons, and they also brought it to life for a movie. Racer X.
Oh, Speed Racer.
Speed
You know
Racer.
what? I was gonna put Speed
That's,
Racer
that's
on.
where the Coyote coming from. The Speed Racer car was the Coyote.
No.
Racer X.
It was Racer X.
The Racer X.
Yeah.
Racer
No,
X
it
was
was called Mark V. It was the Mark V.
Right.
His brother was Racer X.
Okay.
And that, yeah.
My bad.
Don't play with me when it comes to. Yeah.
It's white. They brought it to life when they did the movie.
Yeah.
Like
I forgot about Speed Racer. The Mark V. I would have definitely took the Mystery Machine and chucked it.
Yeah.
And put on the Mark V.
Right, yeah.
I you know what? I gotta rewrite my list, people. Cause you just hit me in the head. I forgot about the Mark V.
For the public out there watching and laughing at us and looking at us like we're crazy, if you have a car that you saw in a movie or TV show that you always liked, leave it on our page. So on the Joe, whoa, I'm mixing up shows right now. Big Joe and the Pandas like page on Facebook. Just go on the Joe.
On the Joe.
Hopefully I have a lady on the Joe on the Joe later.
That's another show and another episode we'll talk about later on the Joe Sports Talk with Panda. Yeah.
Big Joe and the Pandas like page on Facebook.
You're
I'm
hot
all
today.
over the place.
You're
right
hot
now.
today. You're hot today.
Leave us a card that you saw the movie that you liked and you want to mention and put it in the show.
You know what you do? You go on the Joe and Panda's Life page and put up an issue of Popular Mechanics. Your favorite Popular Mechanic movie. That's even done now, man?
I think they still do it. But I'm going to seal it off with this.
All right, here we go.
A movie, one of our top movies, Kill Bill. 1997 Chevy 2500 Silverado Fleet Side, a.k.a. the Pussy Wagon. Woo! Dope. Yellow and tricked out with the crazy tires.
Yo, I remember.
She took it from the garage.
No, when I seen the keychain,
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
this got to be something extraordinary.
Right.
And sure enough, she rolled up, boom.
In a bright yellow
The Pussy Wagon. You
Fleetwood
cannot
250.
You cannot think about Kill Bill and not think about the Pussy Wagon.
Right.
That was
Chevy,
who
2500
did
Silverado.
you write down who modeled that?
Well, no, I didn't have any info on who customized it and all that, but the bright yellow with the red
I'll
trim.
drive around in that.
I'd
right
rock
about
that.
now.
I'd rock that.
Right around now. That is.
I might drop some airbags on it, drop it low, keep it like that.
Fine.
I don't know.
There's no danger in that. Keep no airbags, man.
No, I mean for the air suspension.
Oh.
Suspension, we could drop it.
Oh,
Not like
no,
that
I
kind
ain't
of
dropping
thing.
that bad boy. It looks good
it's
as
tough.
is.
It's tough. It's tough.
That's a truck.
It's tough.
You gotta be tough too. It's yellow.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
You
tough.
know?
Yeah, you gotta have some speed and be tough to drive a big yellow truck. That's
Not to
kinda
mention that.
You think Pussy Wagon written on the back.
Yeah, Pussy Wagon. You gotta be a stud, brother. You gotta be a stud to drive that bad boy.
But yeah, the
Yeah.
cars, man.
Back in well, not even back in the days because you drive Pussy Wagon. It's not back in the days. It's just cars in general. They fascinate us. I love them to
Yeah,
death.
I'm a car dude.
I am very much a car guy. Vehicle. Not too much planes or trains or automobiles.
Nah, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
I'm not flying nowhere. I'll get in a plane, but I'm not personally flying. Nothing.
You're right, yeah.
I'll drive something. I ain't flying.
Honorable
Nothing.
mention goes to John Madden's bus.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
iconic.
Yeah, him and the bus.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
both
John.
had,
Yeah.
Then just boom, and you're like,
Yeah, and his bus, man, gets around. Scared of flying? Get a bus.
Oh, my
That's
God.
what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
But
That,
I'm
like
scared of
if
flying.
you're saying for your favorite car, like I said, the Beast is everything for me, man. I love that car.
My favorite car, well, for me, my favorite car right here is the Batmobile. That's just.
The Batmobile's definitely
it just
got me
brings back
too,
my
man.
youth. It brings back the funniness, the life I used to have. It was cool.
I'll
the
pass
time-
the Batmobile.
You wouldn't drive the Batmobile.
Nah.
You wouldn't go to a 4040 with the Batmobile.
No.
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 Really?
No.
But you go to a 4040 with a Pussy Wagon.
Yeah.
I would too. In a
Yeah.
yellow velvet jacket.
Yo, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Canary yellow.
What about the 911 Porsche from Tom Cruise's movie, Risky Business?
Yeah.
Classic. Also, you got another Porsche.
Yeah.
I think 929. They used in Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin.
Yeah.
He had the 911 Turbo
Yeah,
Carrera.
the
I
nine-
think
yeah.
it was.
The Carrera, yeah.
Yeah, it was Carrera Turbo joint. That's
Yeah,
nice.
I forgot about the Risky Business Porsche.
Right.
Yeah. There is no substitute.
Yeah, that's right.
There is no
Right.
substitute.
Hey, you can go with my man Montana, Tony Montana's Porsche 928 with the tiger striped seats. Hey, talking Porsches. You want to go Tony Montana? The bad guy? Say hello to the bad guy? Come on, man. The
That was
tiger
a bad
stripe.
guy out there,
The
man.
928 with the flip ups. 928 was nice.
Not with the zebra seats.
It's Tony, man.
It's like, you know what?
There'll never be a bad guy like this again.
It's like having a tuxedo on and your zipper's open.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
it's a
Hey, but that kind
928,
of car,
man.
you can have your zipper open.
Right.
And I'm quite
Tiger
serious.
stripes. You Montana, son. Say hello to the bad guy.
No.
That
not
was
that.
my dude,
I'm not
man.
doing that.
You not going there?
No, I'm not
No?
going there.
Okay.
Not that one.
I guess not.
The tiger stripes. That shit kills me.
That's
man.
Montana, though,
The
man.
tiger stripe. But you crazy, bro. You crazy. You crazy like that glue.
Like that, hey, that's what I've been told. But like that, like I said, folks, if you have a car that you like that sparked that's part of your childhood memories from back in the day, TV or old movie, drop us, let us know what it is. Go on Big Joe and the Panda's like page on Facebook. I keep mixing up the shows, man. I'm a multi-show kind of guy, so I kind of mix them up.
Fire truck from Puffy's video.
Wow. And on that
note, whoa. It was the flatbed truck. Like, whoa.
And on that note.
Oh,
how about I got one more.
What else?
Taxi driver, the taxi.
But that was a basic car, though. I'd rather take Tony Beretta's car for the car that he drove. And
what did Beretta drive? I didn't ever look at the thing about Beretta. I never really noticed this car.
Yeah, I thought he always walked everywhere.
Yeah, he did. Him and his parrot, right? I never paid attention.
No, it was a cockatoo.
My bad.
Yeah, watch his face.
Yeah, that's true. I never, pay attention to his car, so it's just what it is, But the cars, man, beautiful thing, man. Get you a Chevy, man. You can't go wrong. Or a Mopar.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson's Fleetwood.
Oh, whoa. I don't know OJ car.
He said, I still got my Bentley. That's what he used to say.
There might be some evidence in one of his cars.
The Ford Bronco, right? The 79 Ford Bronco.
The Bronco. Look, the Broncos was tough. The big old Broncos was tough, man. It was tough. I remember DMC had the big black Bronco, the crazy system on it. That was bananas.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember seeing it by a club one time. It was
yeah, I seen it coming out of a parking lot.
Right, wow. Yeah. The system was nuts in that thing.
Wow. Yeah, I think it was fourth.
Yeah, CD, yeah. I seen D in a few cars when he had a Cadillac one time. He was on 125th, doing his big things on that and everything. But on that note,
I'm trying to think. You know what? We said all these. I didn't mention a Bentley in the whole lot.
Yeah,
I said O.J. Simpson's Bentley.
Yeah, but those wasn't cars of our youth like that.
Yeah, not like that.
But then the Beverly Hills Billy had some kind of wagon.
Yeah, they did, but it was. I couldn't put that over with the Munsters because the Munsters had the real hot.
That Munsters car was he had that chromed out and everything.
Yeah, and they had the flipped up seat on top.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
Seat.
What?
But like I said, remember to check us out, chillloverradio.net for the podcast. Hit the like page on Facebook. That's Big Joe and the Pandas like page on Facebook for any comments, any things you want us to talk about. Or hit the On the Block Sports Talk like page if you got a sports topic you want us to talk about. And remember, chillloverradio.net for the podcast and future shows and ad shows. Because I'm in the building, baby. Big shouts to everybody that holds us down. We'll hold y'all down. We'll be back in a couple weeks with another fantastic type of show.
Fantastic?
Fantastic. Super fantastic, fantastic.
Japanese now?
Exactly.
Super terrific terror show.
Exactly, like Seinfeld was in the super fantastic.
Yeah, super fantastic terror show.
Hey, speaking of TV cars, Saab. Jerry drove a Saab, remember? And Kramer put the blood in it because it overheated?
No. And Seinfeld, the apartment was part of it.
Yeah, that's true. The apartment was the show. What the apartment?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say. But anywho's,
that's it.
That's about it, folks.
That's it for me. I'm done. I've talked out. You guys look at the Super Bowl. Have a great and responsible weekend, because I'm not.
Stay warm, because the Northeast is under fridge alert. So stay warm and handle your BI. And have fun and be safe. And see us in a week and 2 weeks for some more shenanigans.
And skullduggery.
And all that kind of good stuff.
Mayhem and stuff like that. And I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done too.
What's some of the future shows that you're coming up with?
Well, I got to reach out. I got an artist I'm going to reach out to coming out of Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, handles his business. He got a good movement going on. I got to reach out to him, see if we can bring him in and talk and let him chop it up and let everybody know about the things he's got going on. Boom Pacino. Boom P. Check him out on YouTube. That's awesome to reach out to. It's my cousin. Not to name drop it, not to say that.
Name dropper.
No, yeah, but it is what it is. My man, he got a movement going on. He's doing his thing. It's going to pop it off with him.
It's always nice to get artists up.
Yeah, he got a movement, like Yes, we're going to chop it up with him. I'm going to reach out to him. I know he's busy, but I got to reach out anyway. He's going to make some time.
I'm thinking about another list later on.
Another list?
Maybe a top 10 comic book movies.
All right, we're going to go in the office later on. We'll chop that up. And,
you'll see what's up with that.
Yeah, we're going to be in the office, folks. And those that know, you know, and you know what the office is. So holla.
And I just like to say, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Exactly.
That's right. And if you're looking at the show from New York, you can check out the Big Joe and Panda show tonight. It's always on Channel 68. Comes on 9 o'clock every Saturday.
On BronxNet, Channel 68, on Optimum Cable Vision.
We guys communicating.
And you can hit us up on Facebook and everything.
That's right. We out, folks. Warn yourselves.
Systems by Shorty Design. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Big Joe and the Panda back in the building after our little short break.